Dil laid on her bed and asked, "Hey, if I died, what would you do?" Lea stared at her, eyebrows furrowed. "Why would you ask that?" "I was just thinking." Silence. "You haven't answered yet." I don't know." "Come on, that's not an answer." "I don't want to." Dil sat up. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to force you. I'll leave you now." Don't leave me alone." Tears welled up in Leah's eyes, but she wiped them stubbornly. Dil turned from the door and looked right at her. "Then answer." I can't imagine living without you around. I don't want to either. It's lonely and silent. I mean, if you died, I'd probably go crazy." "That's stupid." "Sorry. How could I mean so much?" I don't know, you just do. You're the only one who's stuck around despite the silence. Others just let me alone. It's not my fault I'm not good at making conversations with people. If you leave me too." "Go on." Lea couldn't talk. Her whole body shook and her hands were cold. She breathed through ragged sobs. She couldn't stop. Dil meant the world to her. If she were to be completely honest with herself, she loved her, even when she knew Dil would never feel the same way. "Why are you crying?" "It's your fault." Are you gonna answer my question or not?" "I'm only still here because I want to hear your answer." "I'll give you 5 seconds to give me an answer. 5, 4, 3. Lea panicked and cried even louder, but by the time Dil was about to say 2, she had calmed down. She was still afraid of answering, but losing Dil because of her inability to answer questions was absurd. If her answer could make her stay a little longer, even if it was just a little bit. "I would cry." "That's all?" Yeah. Don't lie to me now." I'd probably die with you too." "Why don't you find new friends instead?" "I don't need them." "Is that so? I'll leave then." "Wait, why?" "You said you didn't need friends. It obviously means you don't need me." "That's not what I meant. I don't need new friends. I'm completely content and happy with my current ones. They're all I need. And if I think about it, it's probably just you. You're the only one I need." "What's gotten into you? You're being clingy." I can't help it. Please don't go. Don't die either." "I can't promise you anything." Dil sat beside Lea, and the latter hugged the former. "Just a little longer with you. That's all I want." "Today I feel happy." Lea munched on her sandwich. Dil was staying over for the night because why not? Lea was crying as she hugged Dil a few hours ago, silently but crying nevertheless. As she looked back, she was rather embarrassed having broken down like that. Then again, if it was for Dil, she didn't care. Dil had stopped eating and looked at her. "Why?" Well, because..." "Because?" Just because," Lea had said immediately. The other looked down and started to get up. "Well, if you aren't answering me, then I'm leaving." "No, please, don't. Jeez, you always do this. I don't even know why I'm still your friend if you always leave, if I don't answer your questions." Lea was rather flustered and a little frustrated. As curious as she was about Dil, she never asked. She had thought that if she asked, Dil would go away. It wasn't fair, but it didn't matter at this point. If you know that already, you should know better than to not answer. Dil gave a wry smile. She sat next to Lea and whispered. Lea had stopped chewing her food and looked away. What? I didn't hear you." "Little liar." Dil dropped into the bed and called for Lea to lie down with her. Lea sat stubbornly. "Come on, I want to sleep already." She went over obediently and laid next to Dil, facing the wall. She was still contemplating what Dil had whispered into her ear, remembering how she smelled like, the movement of the bed as Dil got closer, the warmth of her breath, and most importantly the words, "Because you're mine." Lea covered her face with her blanket and felt her heart beat harder.